little thing approaching me. Said I never seen a man who looks so all alone. Or could you use a little company? If you pay the right price, your evening will be nice, and you can go and send me on my way. I said, you're such a sweet young thing, why you do this to yourself? She looked at me, and this is what she said. Oh, there ain't no rest for the wicked. Money don't go on trees. I got bills to pay, I got mouths to feed. There ain't nothing in this world for free. No, I can't slow down, I can't hold back. Don't you know, I wish I could. No, there ain't no rest for the wicked till we close our eyes for good. Not even 15 minutes later, I'm still walking down the street when I saw a shadow of a man creep out of sight. And he swept up from behind, he put a gun up to my head. Made it
live from Studio C. Two guys who asked, wonder what they're doing in T-Town right now. Not this. It's South Alabama's #1 podcast, Drive Time with DJ and KJ.
Good Friday morning. Welcome to Drive Time, the best to worst show ever. Good morning, Hot Rod. Aaron Brown's in. Good morning to you. Mary Hager from Camden, Alabama. Good morning, Mary.
Good morning, Mary.
Jesse James. Good morning to you.
Morning, Jesse.
Sandy Townsend, Donald Thompson, Miss Gail Kurtz. Good morning, Miss Gail.
Morning,
How about Miss Gail taking 4 cases of bottled water to the T.R. Miller and the W.S. Neal band rooms yesterday?
Outstanding.
She's an angel.
She is.
That's what she is.
There's no doubt. No doubt.
Thank you for that, Miss Gail.
Thank you, Miss Gail.
Good morning, Aaron Brown. Doug O'Barr. Good morning, my friend. Lee Jordan. Morning. Coach Tiepo's in. Good morning to you. Kimberly Peoples.
Coach.
Good morning. Fuquay. Good morning. Wanda Green's in. Good morning. And I had to reset my screen, so I lost everybody who was in earlier, so you may want to catch them up.
Well, I had to do the same thing, so I'm going to be no help to you.
I was able to acknowledge it with
so,
emoji, but when I rotate it out, I can't go back and get it.
Yeah, we miss a lot of comments because these things come kind of fast and furious from time to time. So we do miss them. Good morning, Jeff Robinson. I think you might have said you might have got Fuquay. I know Mother was in.
Good morning, Miss James.
Let's see. I wonder if we can.
Tracy Miller was in. I remember seeing Tracy.
Yep. Tracy.
Good morning, Tracy.
Yeah, it's kind of tough to catch those things when they kind of going that fast. But hey, that's all right. That's all right. We'll figure it out somehow.
Friday, we made it.
Friday. I mean, I'm really after yesterday. I'm really surprised you're here with us this morning.
I had a lot to think about.
You know. Yeah, I agree. I'm just Nelly Rock said he's watching with Elizabeth this morning.
Morning 3.
Good morning, Elizabeth. I was I'm surprised that the Men in Black didn't come see you.
It was yesterday was strange.
You think?
That was strange.
I told you. We were talking a little bit about it before the show. I went back and looked. And, when the first time you mentioned that Q word?
It's been a minute.
22 months ago.
I'm normally I'm about 8 weeks ahead of the curve in most things, but you're telling me 22 months ago is when I put this on us?
That's correct.
22 months.
22 months ago, you created the Wuhan quarantine. Is it Wuhan?
Wu-Tang.
Wu-Tang. Wu-Tang. What? I don't know how you say it. I'm just telling you. Again, it all runs through the dirty 30. I don't know if that's a good one that was run through here because it's run through here like a Mack truck. It seems like, kind
of a play off that is I'd never know what the backdrop's going to be. Green screen, we put it in. How did I know that my shirt would complement the backdrop today? Do you mean times I've worn this shirt? Here?
I'm going to guess 0.
Today's the first day.
Yeah. Yeah.
And here with the backdrop, I just blend right in.
Okay. So let's talk about the backdrop there for just a second. Well, first off, let's get some more. We got some more people. Good morning, Tracy Steele, Joshua Gibson, Jeff Robinson works the panel van this morning. Let's see here. Lisa Tyndall, good morning to you. Miss Carol, good morning. Patty Mitchell, good morning, Miss Patty. Cody, good morning. Cody Fowler, Wheeze, good morning, Wheeze. Let's see. Chevy Ann, good morning to you. Let's see. Alex and Kim Hart, good morning. And Naomi Lindsay, good morning. Johnny Sims, good morning. Well, you know, in keeping with the theme of this show, I almost said something. I mean, anyway, keeping the theme of this as the best, worst show ever, I thought we would put up the best, worst cola product of all time.
Of all time.
Of all time.
And there's not a real close second.
I don't know. There is none. There can't be. The only, let me say, good morning, D.D. Tinsley. You know, Timmy Wiggins, good morning to you. Let me say this. The only thing that comes close to it is at the World of Coca-Cola at Disney World, that drink that they make that goes to Italy has to be the worst cola I've ever, besides Tab, has to be the second worst. But Tab's the worst.
Tab's terrible.
It's terrible. I mean, you had to have a caffeine fix to want to drink a Tab.
You know, I have vivid memories of convincing myself that the next one was going to taste a little different and be a little better and a little more refreshing than the previous 12 that I'd gotten down in the last 8 months.
I mean, I'm going to say this.
You come in from cutting the grass, you've got the little water, you're looking for something different, you see the Tab, you put it on ice, and you just can't get it down.
Listen,
I mean, it's horrible.
It does not matter. Hey, Chef Adam said it. The aftertaste is just, it was terrible.
It was terrible.
It was terrible.
There's no other, it's an awful drink.
It is. And you know, I'm telling you, the worst part about it is no matter, it's not like the Beast. Remember the Beast? You could get it cold enough.
Oh yeah, there's no comparison. Yeah,
that you
yeah,
you could get it cold enough to drink, right?
Yeah,
and it'd go down.
Yeah, no
matter,
comparison.
You could get this to 33 degrees.
Tab is in a league of its own.
Yeah, it is. I mean, it is just awful.
And it is the official soft drink of Drive Time.
Yeah. We have just made it the official soft drink.
Terrible.
It's got to be. I wonder if we could get Tab to send us like a couple of 6-packs.
Oh, I bet they have pallets somewhere.
I'm sure. Probably with a lot of dust on them.
Yeah.
I mean, but, you know, I'm guessing they would. D-Top, vertical lines, DJ.
Yeah.
Good job.
I'm going to tell you, the quarantine has not been kind to me. It really hasn't. I'm huge.
Let's see. Chef Adam said Diet Right may be worse. I don't know.
Never had that.
I have. I don't know. Most everybody in here agrees it is the worst of all time.
Terrible.
It is. I mean, it's just it's terrible. As I said, that pink can called us in. Marketing genius.
Oops.
Well, hey, you know, it's just one of those things that, what do you say? You know, I mean, do you think they set out to maybe like make the worst soft drink of all time? I mean, it had to appear that.
I would have liked to have been with the people who were doing the taste testing before they went to release. Like, what made them think they had something? Hey, man, this is it. This is going to be huge. Tab's terrible. Tab's terrible.
I mean, but listen, if any of you representatives from Tab are out there, understand we are here. We will take your Tab product and we will put it on display. We will not drink it.
I'm dumb enough to try another one.
Well, I might try one. It'd have to be cold. I mean, but I don't think you could get it cold enough to make it good. Do you?
Wait a minute. Evidently, you can get it locally.
What?
Jake is reporting that at George's, they carry Tab.
You're kidding me. I wonder if Castleberry's up right now.
Wow.
If I called him at 7:40, he's subject to cuss me out.
Well, call him.
Let me text him.
Do
first.
you have him?
Yeah.
Call him.
Let me text him. Let me text him.
He's 50.
He is, but let me text him before.
Good morning, Can.
Let's see.
Tab is terrible.
Let me see if he's up. He may, cooking that barbecue, he may be up.
Probably up.
He's probably up. Probably been up since before we got up. Good morning, Can. Let's see if Adam says like drinking cancer.
It's terrible.
I mean, now RC Cola and peanuts was a favorite. I agree with that.
I loved RC.
Me too.
Still do. I'll get an RC if I find them.
Me too. Oh my gosh. Wee says that Johnny Jernigan used to drink whiskey with Tab.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you right now, Weeze, he was hunting something hard to mix that with. That must have been one of those last resort
I can
things.
tell you what it was, is he was wanting a Tab and he got the whiskey to cut it a little bit.
Well, that's a great point.
I'm telling you.
That's the only way that had to work out.
Yeah.
I mean, oh man. Golly.
Wow.
Jake says that Castleberry's got cans in his stand-up cooler.
I would love to know how many he sells in a month's time.
I'm with you. Good morning, Sherry Weaver.
I think it's a prop.
Let's see. There's an I Love Tab website, and they still make it. Yeah, I'm going to tell you what, though. I just, I just don't know.
Tab is terrible.
I wonder if we could, do one of the, old school taste tests live on the show one morning. What do you think, DJ?
Well, we did what's the crap with the jelly beans?
Yeah, oh, man.
It's about the same kind of thing, isn't it?
I can't remember. Yeah, it is. I just can't remember what the name of that, Bamboozled.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you what now, that was rough.
God.
That was rough. I'm going to tell you right now, that might be some of the worst. That quite possibly is the worst thing I've ever put in my mouth, ever. I shouldn't say it like that, but I mean, it's just, God, it was terrible. What was it? Spoiled milk, rotten milk. I mean, rotten eggs. I mean, it was awful. I mean, just terrible. But let me ask you this: do you know? And I didn't think to look it up. What was Tab an answer to? I mean, obviously Pepsi was an answer to Coke.
No, I think they were breaking new ground. I think they were
new
pioneers.
formula.
Yeah, I think they were pioneers and trying to get a diet drink out there. They might have been the first.
So
it was an answer to the sugar water.
Yes.
They wanted to get a diet free or whatever. Or diet drink.
A sugar. Was it sugar free?
Yeah, well, yeah.
Or it had some sort of sweetener in it, didn't it?
I don't know. I think it had motor oil in it.
I think it was some sort of chemical reaction that went wrong.
It was bad.
I wonder if you do the Mentos thing with that and put it in there and shake it up and see what it did.
I don't know. I think it'd run the lawnmower.
Oh, I'm sure.
I think you could pour it in your lawn. If you were in a pinch, you could pour it in your lawnmower, and I believe you could get 2 more strips of grass cut.
Yeah. Yeah, Tab, I agree with that. Jesse, she said the only thing worse than New Coke. I'm going to tell you something. If some of you in here don't know what New Coke is, be thankful. I mean, you talk about a company that like to have put themselves out of business.
Do you think it was on purpose? Do you think they did that as a bigger overall marketing plan?
There's no way. I mean, listen.
Because they brought when the can came back and it had Coke Classic, that was kind of a boon.
It was, but I'm telling you, it was such a boon because New Coke was so bad.
I know, but I think that might have been the grand plan.
Now, I'm not denying it. I mean, I'm not going to deny what you're saying. It may have been. Good morning, CB. I can't say that, but I can say for sure that New Coke, when they came back out with the classic Coke, New Coke, it just proved just how bad New Coke really was.
Okay, either Doug Obar has just gotten off Google, or he needs to get out more.
Let's see, Professor Obar. What is this is the ingredients here, and the one thing that I'm a little bit concerned about here is this potassium something to protect taste. Let me tell you something. That stuff doesn't work.
Tab is terrible.
It didn't protect anything. Okay? Nothing.
Tab is terrible.
Yeah, Sherry, we were talking about bamboozle. Vomit, boogers, all kinds of nasty crap.
Good morning, Booker.
Does anyone know what year Tab came out? I do not. Good morning, Book.
1963 is what Naomi just put in there.
Okay, 63. There you go. Sure free because my granddad drank it. I got you. Apparently, they also made a Tab Clear and Tab Energy. It came out in, let's see, Connie B. Tab taste absolutely bad.
Tab is terrible.
I think that's Connie, we kind of give you an idea of where we are with this. We figure since this is the best, worst show ever, that we would showcase the best, worst soft drink ever today. After yesterday and the conspiracy theories that came about from that show, we decided that we would, I do want to say this. I loved Deacon's post.
Oh, yeah.
Yesterday.
That was great.
What was it? He said,
I hadn't seen that since Knox's grocery store.
That was, I'm talking about, that was hard hitting right there. You know what I'm saying? Look, now I text Castleberry at 7:40, and it is now 7:47, and I have yet to get a response. So I'm going to guess the pit master may have other pit masters taking care of the pit right now.
Sounds like it.
You know what I'm saying? But anyway, yeah, man.
We didn't even mention this. Mask up, have your mask. Mandate went in effect yesterday at 5 o'clock.
Yes.
If we're out and about in public, going in places of business, got to have those masks on. Got to protect each other and ourselves.
That's right. That is a fact. Is there any way to volunteer DJ to eat Bean Boozled and drink a Tab to wash it down on the show? Asking for a friend.
That would be a no.
I tell you this. If I wonder if we could get enough interest in that to bring local celebrities in maybe one day every week or two and have them sit down and do a Bean Boozled followed with a Tab challenge.
Oof.
I didn't say you and I.
Yeah.
We can moderate.
Yeah.
But I'm saying, I think that'd be great. Do Battle of Murder Creek with it. Have some of these local businesses send a representative from each and do it.
Do you know
that'd be awesome. I'd love to just watch somebody about puke over getting hold of rotten fish.
Do you know the last time that a group of people, such as we're doing as we speak, spent 20 minutes talking about Tab? It's never happened. We have set a Guinness Book of World Records.
I know this same group of people about a month and a half, 2 months ago, spent an hour and a half talking about tartar sauce.
We've got problems.
So, Doug Obar, Professor Obar said he needs help.
A lot of information. We're in the middle of a worldwide pandemic. We are talking about Tab.
Yeah, Drive Time, where we discuss disgusting drinks like no one liked. Disgusting drinks no one liked and made a whole deal out of it. Connie B said, I concur. Who remembers Cherry Coke from Mormon's Drugstore?
I do not.
I remember Mormon's Drugstore.
I never had a cherry Coke.
But I don't necessarily remember the Cherry Coke. Hey, I'm glad you made that post, Connie. Did you see where the Bruton Fire Department gave away over 2,000 masks yesterday? I want to thank Chief Salter again. I dropped by there day before yesterday, and Chief Salter was good enough to help me out with a few boxes of masks as we were trying to gather some up, for both of the dealerships. And he was very kind to do that. And, I want to tell you something. I got a chance to talk to those guys, and we've got a great group of guys over there at that fire department.
People helping people.
Yeah, we do. And lucky to have them. I'm going to tell you that for sure.
People helping people.
Hey, Tracy Dykes, I agree. Now, this guy over here loves some unsweet. Unsweet tea is terrible.
I drink 3 gallons a week.
It is terrible.
I drink 3 gallons a week. I love it.
I mean, I will tell you this. I will put that on par with Tab.
No way.
It is terrible.
No way.
Terrible.
No way.
I'm telling you.
No way.
It is awful. Awful.
I love it.
I mean, I'm just telling you, it's awful. I mean, golly, it's just terrible. I don't know what else to say about it other than that. Let's see here. Clobber Rob should do that challenge. Well, hey, I'm sure he wouldn't be scared. Hey, listen, and that is a good point. There are people that have certain medical conditions. We understand that. I mean, for sure, when it comes to masks and that kind of thing. Let's see. Jesse James said, you support Russia, so it makes sense that you would drink unsweet tea. Dysfunctional.
Yep.
Let's see. You do realize somewhere there's a person whose job is to perfect disgusting jelly beans. Yes, I do.
That's wild.
Ashley made a great point. If we all started drinking Tab, it may kill the virus.
Speaking of the virus, I got something I want to throw into the think tank.
All right.
One of the things that we have talked about many times that has been frustrating is being able to get good information. You certainly can't get it on TV, it doesn't seem, not consistently, because depending on what channel you're on will be what you'll get. I can tell you from personal experience, this is a personal connection, that spoke with somebody here locally that works at D.W. McMillan Hospital, that it is not overwhelmed, but things have gone to another level. Like it is, serious. Shifts have been changed a little bit. Beds are filling up quickly. Not trying to create panic. I'm trying to just reinforce that this is real. Whether you want to wear the mask or not, we have to do it. I mean, we're at that point. And I'm not convinced that we still have complete information, but what we've been doing is certainly not working. So we have to do something to try to redirect this thing. So it was the person that told me this, I can absolutely believe.
Absolutely.
I mean, this is real stuff.
Yes.
A second thing that I'm going to throw out there, and I'm not endorsing this. I'm going to give you the product. You Google it. You do whatever research you want. But there is an MMR vaccine that you can talk to your pharmacist about that people are having a lot of success with. If you're at that level of worry with this disease, MMR vaccine, you Google it, you ask the questions, you decide. I'm not endorsing it. I'm not going to take it. I don't take the flu shot. But I'm just saying that might be another alternative for those who are in extreme fear of this virus or may have somebody that is suffering from it. MMR vaccine, check it out. I have a direct contact or direct connection with the CDC, and they release that. This is not hearsay.
No, I agree with you, and I want to say this as well. And again, not trying to get off in the weeds here, but until and like DJ pointed out, until we do have a lot more concrete scientific evidence proven one way or the other, and whichever way is fine as long as we can get concrete evidence of it. solid research and evidence. We got to try to do what we can to minimize the spread and that kind of thing. And hey, look, if it, we've all been uncomfortable. Let's be honest, out of our element for the last several months. Putting a mask on is just really not that big of a deal as far as being out of your element that much more. Do you agree?
I do agree. But, in March, it was suggested that the warm temperatures were going to kill the virus.
Absolutely.
And you would see a rapid decline because of the warm temperatures.
Absolutely.
Well, when the heat index is 115, I don't know that it can get much warmer, and the numbers are still going up. So, they're still trying to figure this thing out as well.
That's right.
And we're not endorsing anything. We're just trying to pass along information, and information we believe to be good information.
Yes. Sandy Kirkland asked, are the schools still going to open up in August? As it stands right now, they are slated to, yes.
As of yesterday, they were.
Yes.
PGP's already said their children have already had the MMR vaccine.
Oh, there you go.
Just Google it. Do your own research, whatever you feel comfortable with.
Yeah. Listen, for anybody that's ever been in the military, and I know D-Top, he's in, I know he has, I don't mind taking a vaccine for something. I can tell you right now, when you walk down that doggone road and you got a person on each side of you hitting you in the arm, you kind of get past all that real quick, because I don't know how many times I can't remember how many times they hit you, but I want to say it's between 4 and 6 or 8, something like that, maybe. And then if you get deployed, you get hit again. So, I'm with you. Here's the thing. We're not doctors. We're not medical experts, virologists. What do you call them? Epidemiologists. We're not any of those things. We're actually two idiots that do a show about nothing. But the one thing I will concur with DJ on is what he just said, is that do your own research, and look that up, because that did come from a very, very, very reliable source, did it not?
It did. I mean, I have a personal relationship with this person
Yes.
who's with the CDC.
Yes.
This is not second,
Yes.
third hand. This is the direct line of communication. And even though he passed it along to me, I won't be taking it. I'm just putting it out there for others to research it and do what you need to do to protect yourself.
That's right. That's right. So, and listen, again, we don't have, I don't have the answer for that question, Tracy. I don't. I don't have the answer for any of these questions. All I can tell you is, it's kind of like, going up there when you're a kid and sticking your finger on the stove and touching those hot eyes. Until you touch that and figure out it's going to burn and blister you up. You know what I'm saying? And this is kind of the same thing. I mean, the unknown is the unknown. So if we can do something, it maybe it worked, maybe it doesn't work, but I'd rather err on the side of maybe it works than not.
I'll tell you what has come out of this, and I think that we should use it not only at the dealerships, but we should farm them out to any businesses. If Tracy and them want them at Tallulah Bells, or Jesse wants them at the furniture store. Yesterday, when the mask mandate went into effect, Hal, the colonel, came in, and he's going with the option of the neck gaiter. And when he had it up, he looks exactly like Jackie Bushman. If he had the wide brim hat on, he would be exactly Jackie Bushman. And my thought is this: you sell that Jackie Bushman is at your place of business. You get people to come in for a photo op from 6 feet apart, maybe do a little shopping while they're there. We'll send Gord in as Shotgun Red, and he can sit on Hal's knee. So come to Peach Ford.
Shotgun.
Today at Peach Ford, and today only, we have Jackie Bushman and Shotgun Red.
Wow.
Bring the kids, get the picture,
Wow.
get the autographed glossy, and maybe sell a product or two.
Wow.
Gord's up for that.
Oh, that is I hadn't heard Shotgun Red.
Well, his head's kind of square like a puppet.
I don't disagree. I just hadn't heard that in 20 years. 10 years at least. I mean, golly, man. shotgun. That'll be up on the screen next week. I promise you. Oh man, that's good.
You look at Hal when you see him today.
Man,
Jackie
I
Bushman.
won't be able to not look at him like that now.
He's Jackie Bushman.
I mean, yeah, man. That's the same stuff the military gets done by military nurses. Yep. Let's see. When you work for the military overseas, 3 shots. Well, when you join the military and you go down that walk of fame, not saying walk of fame, they pop you in each shoulder about 6 or 8 different times. So good morning, Dwayne Young. Let's see. Yep. Talking about remembering the elderly cannot get out and do for yourself. Yep, I agree with that as well. So I'll still have no response from Castleberry.
I think Rob from Memphis is going to call in after the top of the hour or the bottom of the hour, however you want to call it.
Yeah, well, I think we're at the top of the hour, right? Well, it's 8.
I think he was going to call around 8:15ish.
I have 8:01 right now. So Rob from Memphis going to be giving us a shout, which is always a treat. Always. I can't wait to get Rob's thoughts on whether football is still going to start or not.
Oh, I'm sure that he's certain of it.
Well, he may be, but as every day goes by, I'm less certain.
You know, speaking of college football, the Feinbaum show came on yesterday, but I always watch it the following morning.
Okay.
I get up early and try to watch some of it. He had Mac Brown on from the head coach at North Carolina.
Sure.
I was very impressed with Mac Brown in his interview on the Feinbaum show. He was talking about it. I have not seen this anywhere else or heard of this, but he was talking about when he met with his team and his staff, and they were talking about COVID-19 and trying to navigate a plan to work through it, that he told all his players, he said, I'm here because I want to be here. He said, I want you to talk to your families and you find out if that is what's best for you. I want your health to be the number one concern moving forward. And if you decide, if you and your family come to the decision that you don't need to be here or don't need to participate for your health, you don't have to come and you're still on scholarship.
Wow.
And I thought that impressed me.
That's big.
That he put them in front of,
Sure.
the game itself. And I'm sure other coaches probably feel the same way. I haven't heard it said like that. But Mac Brown, I thought, did himself well yesterday.
Yeah, no
saying
doubt. Hey, Professor Obar, thank you for your service. 20 plus years in the Army.
Yes, sir.
Equals 50 plus shots in every part of the body. I agree with that. Doug, if you didn't realize you just got a new name this morning, you did. When you drop them ingredients out, we now have a professor in with us every morning.
We have a colonel.
We have a colonel and a professor. I'll tell you what, we don't need but a millionaire and his wife, a movie star.
We'll have a cast.
and a captain and a first mate. We'll be ready to film a show.
We'll be ready.
I wonder if we can find us. Hey, I want to mention this too. So I was sent a message yesterday, and I'm not going to say who the message was from, unless she comes in and says she don't mind me saying who it is. That maybe next year, she was talking about maybe putting together something like a drive time getaway.
Okay.
Like she was talking about maybe like a drive time, I don't know, cruise or trip or something like that. And I said, well, I think I was sitting there thinking about that. I think it'd be we'd probably be more of the style of hitting up Blackwater down at Adventures Unlimited.
Could you see if we rolled up at Adventures Unlimited and said, we need 120 tubes? Put us on the long run.
Yeah. And we need them now.
Man.
And listen, gonna need a couple of EMTs on standby.
We would have bus 2, 3, 5, and 7 unloading us.
Yeah.
And it would look like the caddies taking over the pool on Caddyshack.
It would. Hey, it would. It'd be great, man. That would be fantastic.
Oh,
That'd be a good time too. I mean, it would. I mean, that'd be a great time. Let's see. Should ask Rob about the tab drink and get his thoughts. Well, we'll do that.
I think you ought to call Matt Hodge.
Hodge says he has the best tab and Lee Trevino story.
Anything that has Lee Trevino in it has got to be awesome.
It is. You mean you want to
Call him.
You want? Well, if Rob hits us up,
We can get to Rob. I'd love to hear the Lee Trevino story.
all right, Hodge. I'm fixing to give you a call. Let's see here.
Lee Trevino, they don't make him like him anymore.
No, they don't.
Guess where he's played golf at before?
Where?
Here in Bruton, at the old Bruton Country Club. It all runs through the Dirty 30.
Let's see. Hold on. Let me get this pulled up. Let's see. Let's see. I always like to make sure before. Yep. All right. Here we go. Let me get let me get this going right here real quick. So.
This is Matt.
Yeah.
Morning, Mr. James.
Good morning, Hodge. You, sitting here with me and DJ this morning, and we saw that post, and we've got to hear this story.
Well, as a young man, I worked at a pretty prestigious golf course in Birmingham, Alabama, called Shoal Creek. I was a caddy, bartender. I ran the pool in the cabana. But on this particular day, I was working the turn, which is the little beverage cart area between 9th and 10th hole. Mr. Trevino came up to the turn, and he was scourging through the ice bin that holds the drinks. And there were 2 tabs at the very bottom. And I don't know if y'all remember Mr. Trevino's character, but he was quite animated in everything he did. He was kind of funny. But he grabbed me literally by the chest. He said, "Son, are those tabs?" And I was taken back a little bit, and I said, "Well, yes, sir." He goes, "Now I got to swear. Is it okay? Because I'm gonna quote him." Is that okay?
Listen, as long as it's not an F-bomb, I think we're in pretty good shape.
Well, it's not the F-bomb, but he grabbed me, and he said, are those tabs, son? I said, "Yes, sir." He goes, "Holy shit, I'm a fag for a tab. Give me both of those things."
That sounds just like him.
That sounds just like him. So he loves them. He loved them.
And I'll tell you what, at the end of his round, he came back to the turn, and he said, "Did you get any more?" And I said, "Well, as a matter of fact, sir, I've got 6 in a bag on ice for you." Man handed me $50. At 19 years old, that ain't a bad deal.
That's a pretty cool tip.
That is a pretty cool tip, for sure. For sure. Well,
Good story.
Hodge, good story, man. Appreciate it. And good talking to you. We'll be in touch.
All right, brother. Good talking to you.
See you, man. How about that?
I love Hodge getting him a sixer to go to pick up that big tip.
He said he got him 60. What do you think? 60? 50, $60?
I thought he said 50.
50. Yeah, a $50 bill. Man, nothing wrong with that, is it?
That was back in probably 1980.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing wrong with that.
Oh, no.
And still, no word from Castleberry.
Jason.
And I talked to him yesterday. So I know he's alive and kicking. I'm just not sure he's alive and kicking this morning. I'm sure he's alive, just ain't not up and kicking. How about that? Tube sock tubing with DJ and KJ. I'll tell you what, I wonder if that would there she is, Melanie. And booking group events is possible with advanced planning. Yeah, Melanie French is the one that messaged me about that. She used to do that type of thing, like booking travel agent things.
Yeah.
And she said she would help facilitate booking such an event.
I think it would be a great time. I would participate. I would love to do that.
I would too. I would love to do it. I mean, the long run.
How many nights? Is it a day trip? Are we talking about like a day? We're talking about a day trip.
Yeah, I mean, if you're talking about doing the creek thing,
Yeah.
absolutely. Now, if you talk about like loading up and going on like a trip, it might be a little more. But I think a day trip would probably probably easier on people. You know what I'm saying?
Plus, I think it would serve good as a trial run.
Yeah.
I mean, the only times we've ever been together really is virtually.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, if we get in a real world scenario, things could get dicey.
That's a good point. That's a real good
Like
point.
I fear, like if Darren's brother and Donald were there, I fear they could bring out the worst in me.
I'm sure that they could. Good morning, Rob from Memphis.
How are y'all doing, man? It's a great morning, and if you believe it, if you believe you can conceive it, and you can believe it, you can achieve it. We're going to have college football. We are going to have it. We're
Well,
going to find a way to do it, and it's getting closer to that reality every day. Thank God for the leadership. We have some leaders in the Southeastern Conference that are stepping up.
we were just talking about that, Rob, and wondering what you were going to think or have to think about. Are we going to have it? We're not going to have it. Do you think it starts and then stops? What's your opinion?
What I think is going to happen is we're going to have 10 SEC games. Everybody's going to play 10 conference games. And they're going to play like Clemson will play South Carolina. Auburn will play North Carolina. Southern Cal, because they're in the People's Republic of California, they will not get to play. They have to sit in timeout, okay?
Right.
But when you got alumni, when you got graduates of your school like George Lucas, he made a movie y'all have heard of called Star Wars. He gave them not too long ago a $174 million check. They're okay. But I tell you what,
You ever heard of that movie?
10, maybe even. Yeah. I mean, he made a lot. George Lucas made a lot of money, but they've got Will Ferrell. They got enough alumni that'll help them out. But I believe that there's going to be a lot of rules, and I think what they'll do is they'll have a scenario like 50% capacity, 30%, 25%, and on down. And they will be testing aggressively the players. And just like when I go in to work out every morning at the Y, you get the temperature check every morning. And by the way, nobody has 98.6. You remember that episode of the Munsters when Herman Munster went to get his physical and Paul Lynn was his doctor? And of course, Herman's like 300 years old and dead for 250, and his temperature was like 9 degrees, and the guy fainted. I mean, nobody has 98.6, but that's what they'll be doing. There'll be people with scanners checking everybody. I'm just guessing, but everybody going in and out of the stadium, and there'll be like benchmarks that you'll have to hit. And if people are found, if you're walking into the stadium and let's say you're a mom and dad with 5 kids.
Uh-oh.
We losing?
Did we lose Rob? Rob?
Robert.
I was married. Yeah.
Hey, we lost you for a second. Last we heard was 5 kids.
There was an Amber Alert. Yeah, it was an Amber Alert coming through.
Oh,
yeah.
wow.
What I'm saying is if you got a husband and wife coming through, and they've got 5 kids with them, or and one of them tests positive. Let's say that the man tests positive. Now, you think his wife? Believe me, I've got 3 kids of mine. You think his wife's going to go? Oh, that's fine. I'll watch over 5 kids under 9 in a stadium when it's 95 degrees with the humidity of 120%. If that's what you don't have stuff like that. So I think tailgating is going to be huge this year. It's already huge at Auburn and all the SEC schools, but because of that. But I think that another thing is that the fans of the schools, Auburn, Alabama, LSU, you name them, I think a lot of them I don't know if you call it patriotic or whatever, but the favorite radio station of clients when it comes to money and investment is WIIFM. What's in it for me? Okay, so let's say this year you've got to give $5,000 to Tide Pride or Tigers Unlimited to get your season ticket, to get 4 season tickets. Well, let's say you're older, you're in the more vulnerable category to get the coronavirus. Well, you know what? Think about the tax liability or the tax implications. The 2017 Tax Reform Act changed a lot of stuff. Okay, deductions and write-offs and stuff. Some stuff is, some stuff isn't. Well, if you want to still give your $5,000 or $10,000 to Auburn or Alabama, whatever, you can do it, and it's 100% donation. You can write it off. I mean, again, consult your tax professional, but those kind of scenarios will keep people donating. If there is no football at a school like Auburn or Alabama, you're looking at anywhere from a $120 to $150 million hit, and nobody wants to take that. Basically, the whole situation is a huge blank sandwich, and we've all got to take a bite. It's just how big a bite, that's on you. But, I mean, Tommy Tuberville's on the show a lot, and he says, if we'll do the little things, pay attention. He goes, I don't like wearing a mask any more than the next guy. It's annoying. But he said, if we do the little things, and some things we just don't really enjoy, but if we'll do the little things, we can have football. But we got to be disciplined. So I think the president and the SEC have gotten together, and I think they've realized how big this is, and we can't keep treading water forever. We have got to start swimming back to shore. We've got to get up there and fight.
Rob, switching gears for a second, what is your thoughts on Tab Cola?
Tab Cola, it's, that and unicorns. I mean, if you can find a tab in a vending machine nowadays, that's rare, but women love it. I mean, I remember in the 70s going down to Destin to the beach. My sisters, 2 older sisters, they used to just wear me out. They still do. They would cry if they couldn't get their tab. And I can't believe they still make that stuff.
Oh, they still make it?
It's like, it's like Burger Chef. Places like that aren't around anymore. It's one of those retro drinks. But they still make that. And you know what? Occasionally, if you're lucky, you can find you a Schlitz beer or a Ham's beer. They sell Ham's beer up here in Memphis. The beer you've been looking for since 1865, born wet and clear, born in the land of sky blue waters. And how about that guy getting liquored up every day, or beered up in this case, riding around in an open-air Willis Jeep with a grizzly bear? I don't think his insurance agent would like that too much.
No, I don't either. I don't either. Let me ask you this too, real quick, Rob. And I figured, you'd be the best person in the world to ask this question. How about a stock tip from Rob on a Friday here that people could go and spend a few dollars on and come out here in 30, 60, 90 days and be smiling a little bit?
Well, let me say this. And I hate to do this, but for strict compliance reasons, in the interest of, following the rules, I can't make, a pick on here without having the paperwork to back it up. But I tell you what, let me say this. Then I can tell you what I can do. I will talk to you after the show.
Yeah,
and I can do that. It's just trust me. I have a core group of them, and March 12th was one of the best opportunities around. But I can speak in general terms, and please don't think I'm being a jerk about that. I have to follow compliance rules.
Yeah, no. Okay. I get it. No, we get that. No problem. No, I
will talk to you after the show and give you all the ones.
Well, listen, every stock tip I've ever been given from stockbroker that we used to use, I lost everything we ever gave him. So,
hey, Ken. No, go ahead, keep going.
No, I'm just saying. So that I figured I would ask a different source who apparently has been successful in picking said stocks. So, but I get the compliance thing. I do. So, that's not an issue.
Hey, Ken, I'll tell you one thing that I believe in. Just get in the way of the money. And just look where it's going. The stock market, in general terms, is a discount mechanism. Okay, you go back to March 12th, March 16th, the first day of the shutdown. That's the last day I've been able to go actually physically be in my office. March 23rd, the Dow went from 29,551 at the close February 12th to 18,200 intraday trading on Monday, March 23rd. And I mean, that's when things were bad. I mean, basically, if you turned on the news, the scenario for America was the respirators on, the priest is in the room, and they're calling the kinfolk to the bedside. Okay? You can choose to be a prisoner of the moment with that stuff, or you can start looking for opportunities. Because when the tide rolls out, you can always find out who's been swimming next. Okay? That's just how the stock market works. And I love
that.
You got cash available. And there's a lot of blood in the streets, man. You know, that's when you want to buy. Because look, if you look at certain companies that are in the business of providing services, anytime the market goes down 800 points, 1,000 points, someone will ask me about it, and I go, what did you do? I go, well, I'm kind of like an emergency room surgeon, in combat, in a field hospital. You know, you're focusing on taking care of the people that can be saved, and then the ones that can wait, you put them over there, and the ones that can't, you try to get a priest in there for last right. It's a lot like that with the stock market. I can remember back in the late 90s and the first quarter of 2000, it was like stepping on a landmine. You'd hear a click, kind of a bounce in Betty, and be like, uh-oh, you got on one of those .coms with 1,800 PE. Well, that became a problem. So you got to be very careful, but look at 6 to 12 months into the future. I think what's the 6 to 12 months in the future saying is, I think Donald Trump's going to get reelected. I mean, we recovered 9,000 points off the Dow from that low March 23rd. Not too long ago, we were up over 27. And that's amazing. And I think the market's telling us going forward, we're going to beat this virus. We always do. We're Americans. We always win.
Yep.
And I tell you, it's just the way we are. Win stands for whatever is necessary. I love that term.
Yeah, I agree. But DJ, you over?
Rob, who you got on this week on your show this afternoon?
All right, we're going to be on, this afternoon, Jason. I know Jason Caldwell will be on from Inside the Auburn Tigers. There's a lot going on in recruiting, which is really neat. Everybody's been doing Zoom visits, virtual visits. But I'm impressed by the adaptability of the coaches at Auburn and Alabama and LSU, Georgia, you name them. They're getting kids from all over the country to commit without even stepping foot on campus. Now, a lot of people think that's going to change whenever guys can make on-campus visits. It may in some cases, and I think a lot of people are thinking this recruiting class Tennessee and Jeremy Pruitt have is going to fall apart. Don't buy into that. Jeremy Pruitt and Niedermeyer, remember him? You're a sneaky little blank on Animal House. Put Niedermeyer on it. Remember that when Dean Warren put him on it? He's one of their coaches. I love it. He goes, put Niedermeyer on it. He's a sneaky little twit. Yeah. So, but anyway, think about Niedermeyer, Jeremy Pruitt, Jay Graham, and T. Martin or one of the others. They've had 4 coaches on that staff at Tennessee who at one time have been named National Recruiter of the Year. And if you can't recruit and coach, you will not last long on Jeremy Pruitt's staff. He is building something special. I mean, I won last year. I told you, a sack full of crystals, a steamer pack, 24 of them. I got them without cheese with one of our big corporate traders who's a Tennessee fan. He didn't think they'd win 4 games. I said, you'll win 8, maybe 9. And, hey, if they'd have beaten Georgia State and Brigham Young, could have had 10. But, again, they may have won those games and thought they were better than they really were and lost a game like Mississippi State that no one thought they had a chance to win. But I'll tell you what, we're going to have Rodney Orr from Tider Insider on. Jimmy Ott from over in Baton Rouge will be on talking LSU and college football. Guys, he's got one of the greatest jobs in the country. Every day he does his show live, 6 to 8 p.m., ESPN 104.5 in Baton Rouge from a different restaurant in Baton Rouge. Now, how much fun would that be? The only thing you got to worry about is that you get so big you got to rattle around on a scooter like Chef Paul Perdone was. I mean, that guy, he used to have to pull over to the side of the road to the way station when he went on trips on the interstate. He was ginormous. But, hey, that kind of food is good. If you're gonna be big, eat that kind of Cajun food. But Jordan Ford will be on talking Ole Miss and college football. Tommy Tuberville is going to try to be on in the first part of the show. He's involved. Obviously, he had a great win over Jeff Sessions Tuesday, and I believe he's going to win in November. But he'll be on there to talk about college football, kind of give us an update on his campaign, and we're going to try to get Gary Stokeham, if we can, from the Chick-fil-A Classic over in Atlanta. And he came out last night and said, "Hey, look, man, we are full court press to get the the 3 games in the Chick-fil-A Classic, Saturday, September 5th in Atlanta, Florida State, West Virginia, and then on Monday, Labor Day, Georgia and Virginia, and then the following Saturday, Auburn, North Carolina." And they said that game was going to be sold out. That was going to be a premium ticket. But you got Sam Howell and Bo Nix, 2 of the top quarterbacks in the country that are true sophomores, going head-to-head, Mac Brown and Gus Malzahn. So, look, when Chick-fil-A gets involved in something, it's going to happen. So we're going to try to see if we can get Gary Stokeham on. But I love Chick-fil-A's spirit, man. I mean, they you talk about CBA, conceive it, believe it, achieve it. That'll happen. So we'll cover that. And then tomorrow we're going to be talking with Harold Grader from the Liberty Bowl in Memphis, and we're going to have the SEC College Football Roundtable. Look, man, there ain't enough time in the day to cover all the exciting things going on right now, but we're going to have college football. Let's do it, safe. And I'm going to tell you what, if you're smart, get your mask with your school's colors on it, because we're going to look like we live over in the Middle East and where they have sandstorms every day. But I'm gonna buy one of those scarves that's cool, that's ice cold. Otherwise, man, my wife, she was about to pass out yesterday. She goes, I cannot stand this. And people, hey, they've got strike patrols down in Florida now that are going in there when people snitch on you for not wearing a mask, kind of like the old Soviet Union. Comrades next door was watching American television, Roseanne. Now, there'd be 50 lashes, and you would get, put in a gulag somewhere in Siberia. So, hey, we're a free country, but, man, we got a lot to talk about. And Ken, you or DJ call in today. Y'all can call in together. And if Coach Tuberville is on, soon to be Senator Tuberville, we'd love to have y'all both on here, because people down there in Bruton. And, look, everybody, I had so many people fired up about July 18th, which tomorrow would be the concert. Have you got a date yet for it this spring? Because we're going to make this thing the coolest thing. It's going to be bigger than Bonnaroo up in Middle Tennessee.
Yeah, we have it, but we're working on it. We're working on that. So
okay, but Lionel Richie possibly?
Well, we're working on several things. It's going to get into just what we can work out. So, but we are.
Well, I love it, man. I'm excited about it, but there's just tell me, I heard a rumor that DJ is running for city council down there in Bruton in Escambia County.
That is correct, Rob. I am. I qualified last week.
Well, knowing that you're a member of the Legion of Honor, Sigma Nu, your honor is dearer than your life. That means that you'll be an outstanding city councilman, and I would vote for you if I could vote in Alabama. Now, hey, look, they had a cat voting for 12 years over in Atlanta that's been dead for 12 years, but I am alive. But hey, I would vote for you.
Hey, Rob.
Jennings' name carries a lot of weight because you're good people.
Hey,
Thank you, Rob. Thank you, Rob.
I got a guy calling in I was trying to get in touch with earlier. Thank you for calling in. We'll talk to you next Friday.
Hey, man, thanks for the time. Sorry I got too excited. Have a great weekend.
See you, bud. I mean,
he can do it, can
I'm out of breath.
Sounds like I have the Memphis vote.
Yeah, listen. Cam Red said, "Woo, Lord."
Hey, no joke.
I won't tell you.
No joke, man. He is something else.
I think it wasn't a half this morning. I think it was a whole. What do you think? I'm pretty sure.
He is.
That guy's on fire for life, isn't he? With about life.
You have to love his optimism.
His passion.
I don't know if he knows this or not, but North Carolina's already canceled the game with Auburn.
Right.
But we'll see.
I didn't know if he knew that either. So but hey, it is what it is. It is what it is. Jeff Robinson said, DJ, can you get him his doctor's name? He'll drive to Tennessee to get Oh man. Yes. I certainly agree. Rob is a feather in a sandstorm, according to Leroy.
I tell you what, now he Chick-fil-A, China virus, the People's Republic of California, SEC, Jason Caldwell, Stocks R Us. He's just all over the map.
Man, I'm going to tell you.
He's good.
Yeah.
Call him back and see if he can do it again.
Hey, I found an interesting article I wanted to read. Not read, but tell you about, because I think it's kind of pertinent to what we do.
Oh, yeah.
A jeweler, that would be someone who owns a jewelry shop.
Okay.
In Michigan, who was looking for something to do during the coronavirus lockdown, decided to shut down, pack up his inventory, and bury about $1 million of it around the state. His ultimate plan being to sell treasure hunts.
Not a horrible idea.
No. Johnny Perry created treasure quests after needing to find another way to bring in some income. In order to be part of a quest/hunt, a ticket needs to be purchased, and then hunters will be given a specific start date and time. Perry said whoever finds the treasure has the option of keeping it or selling it back to him at spot value. I don't know what spot value means. The first quest kicks off August 1st. Don't you have some jewelry we could go bury and,
Let's just say that I have some rings.
I can't believe I just asked that damn question. You're going to need to sanitize before we bury.
It's Friday.
Oh, man. Good Lord. I need a tab. Oh, man. That's a pretty good idea. I mean, really, if you think about it, that's a pretty good idea. That's in Tennessee, Melanie. That's where he's doing this hunt, if you will. I actually said Rob's a great example of what happens when you drink too much tab. Well, maybe so. Have you seen this about the bubonic plague? Have you seen any of that?
I have not. Is that?
Yeah. This is crazy. I don't know what a marmot is. Do you know what that is?
Never heard of it.
It's some sort of animal.
A what?
MARMOT.
Does it live at Hot Springs? Is it native to Hot Springs?
It says this is in Mongolia.
Okay. I've never heard of it.
Well, a 15-year-old boy has died after eating a marmot that was infected with the bubonic plague.
That's a tough way to go.
I would think so.
I mean, I shouldn't be laughing.
I'm not laughing about that.
That's a tough way to go.
I'm just saying, like the bubonic plague. What's next? You know what I'm saying? I mean, good gracious, that is just crazy. I don't know how much more or what else we're going to get hit with in 2020. I mean, if we could push a big reset button do you think it'd be good to push?
Oh man.
I'll tell you, man. It's all started 22 months ago.
Who knew?
And on top of it, we were talking about it before the show. Most people take Spanish. You chose to take what, DJ?
Russian was my foreign language. 15 hours of it.
I don't really know what else to say.
There was 3 of us in the class. That included the teacher.
I mean,
3 straight quarters.
I mean,
same 3 people.
That is just crazy.
It really.
I mean, it is. It is crazy. Crazy.
I wonder. Sometimes I wonder if I'm like one of those Jason Bourne type people that hadn't really, and at one time was something else, but can't really put it all together. If I was chipped, and if I was maybe a government operative, maybe.
I think you're abducted by an alien at some point. I think they've done some testing on you, or something happened, because it's too crazy, man. The things that you talk about, and all of a sudden, it's like you've got some crystal ball that you don't know you're looking at.
What's weird is I had a cat. This was probably 11 years ago, and for some reason, I named him Wambosi.
You're kidding me. Listen, I had a little toy poodle one time. I named him Kenny G. Man, golly. Hey,
the professor's
in.
Professor.
Go ahead. Tell us, what is that, DJ? Our marmots are relatively large ground squirrels in the genus Marmota, with 15 species living in Asia, Europe, and North America. Whew. Tell you what, man. I didn't realize Professor Obar was as well.
Tell you what.
He is a Renaissance man.
He's a good guy to have in here.
Yes, sir. Absolutely. DJ hasn't been activated.
Like I pulled into Walgreens yesterday, and for some reason I knew every tag number. I don't know why.
She's like Jason Bourne.
Yeah, I knew the man at the counter could handle himself.
Like you walk in a restaurant and you automatically find all the exits.
It's weird.
And you know
There's
the
no
crowd.
Thing. Yeah, and I don't know why.
That's crazy. It is, but wow. Yeah. Let's see. I hereby dub you the professor of this train wreck from this point forward.
We have a king, we have a professor, and we have a colonel.
Yeah. And I'm telling you, let's see. Plague has been around, just hasn't mutated to transfer to humans again. Oh, okay. They found a squirrel with it in Colorado. Can't rest at aliens in August. Hey,
Probably.
I don't doubt that, Ken. I'm with you. I mean, you're not going to convince me. I promise you, I wouldn't doubt it. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I wouldn't doubt that at all. You can't beat Agent Orange, DJ. Way too easy to sneak up on. Yeah, that's good. That's good. When DJ gets activated, he will do nonstop robots and the worm. Well, I've been known to cut a little rug. What Major Payne say? Old gal was sitting there. They were eating dinner, and he mopped that food up real quick. Have you ever seen that movie?
I have not.
Man, if you have it and you want to laugh,
I've never seen Major Payne.
you need to find it and watch it. I'm just telling you. If you did, you'd understand what Raj is talking about the robot and the worm. Trust me, it is a classic, Jennifer. Yeah, well, hey, it's Friday. We both still have jobs.
We think.
We hope. And we got a few things to do. In the immortal words of Smokey. Except he was telling Craig he didn't have a job. So, anyway, golly, man. The more I think about that, it's just the crazier it gets. I mean, for real. It starts out with Tang, now it moves to Tab. I mean, what next?
I can't wait to see what's up Monday.
I know. And still no word from our illustrious pitmaster. I wanted to ask him about stocking Tab.
That caught me off guard. I was not expecting anyone to stock it.
Me either.
I would think that'd be a tough sell.
Yeah, I mean, I wonder how long those cans have been sitting in that stand-up, what do you call it, freezer or whatever?
Man.
I wonder how long they've been there. Had to be a while.
Been a minute.
Had to be. So, I know today is Friday. What's your weekend looking like?
Quarantine, and then some safe politicking from a distance.
I don't blame you. And I think that's probably.
I do quarantine on weekends. I've taken it pretty serious, that part of it. I try not to get out unless I have to.
Yeah. Well, hey, listen, I get that too. All right, there, Timmy. Have a good one, man. Be careful. Be safe going down the road. Yeah, Major Payne was a great movie. Great movie. I'm telling you, if you haven't seen that movie, you need to get it and watch it. You would enjoy it.
I'll watch
It's something you can watch with Lindsay.
Yeah, I'll watch it.
I'm telling you, you would enjoy it. It is hilarious. Great fun. So yeah. Do I make myself clear, dummy? It is a lot of it's a lot of fun. So
It is Friday. What about a top five?
you know what? I forgot all about that. We got to laughing and all that, and I just can't lie to you. I forgot all about it. So what's it gonna be today?
I tell you what I'm gonna do today, and
You mentioned top five, and look who comes in.
perfect.
Immediately.
Thank you, Sarge, for your continued support
Yes.
of this portion of the program.
You got in just in time, Sarge. Just in time.
I tell you what, I'm going to take the optimistic approach that we're going to have college football also, and I'm not sure what's going to happen on the national scene, so I'm going to do a top five for the SEC, a preseason top five for the SEC.
Okay.
I'm going to throw both divisions in the mix and pick out the five best heading into the season.
Okay. Let's,
And let me say this before we start. First and foremost, I'm a fair guy. And with the preparation leading into the season obviously being a mess, so to speak, I'm weighting heavily what each team has at the quarterback position. I think that'll be crucial given the preparation has been a little screwy, certainly away from the norm. And I think the better player you have at quarterback will probably help you, especially early.
so we're going to start with number five.
Yep. Don't say I'm not fair. Number 5 in the SEC preseason rankings, I have Alabama University. And I'm going to tell you why. A lot of people are surprised that they're even in it. Mac Jones has an incomplete body of work. Started the last 3 games after Pineapple got broken up. And he came in through the 6 touchdown passes against Auburn on the road, in a tough environment to play. Led them to they didn't get beat bad. It was a respectable game. But I think he gives them a chance moving forward. Plus, when you factor in all the draft picks, I like Bama at 5.
Thank you, Mayor Hager. You have a safe weekend as well. Have a great Friday. And Sarge, you said, just tune in, and this is what I deal with.
Me and Sarge, that's just, we're like that.
Yeah, y'all got it.
So for people who say I'd never acknowledge Alabama, there you go. Number 5.
Number 4.
It's going to shock you. And it kind of goes hand in hand with what Rob from Memphis said. I like the Tennessee Volunteers. My surprise team in the SEC.
Wow.
Got them at 4.
Is that your sleeper? Mm-hmm. That's your sleeper this year?
Yep.
All right. Number 3. Coming up.
5 letters, 2 words. Bo Nix.
The Auburn Tigers.
Auburn Tigers, number 3. I think Bo's going to give them a shot every time out.
Yes, sir. Absolutely. Number 2.
Talked about the quarterbacks. I think this will be the second best quarterback in the conference. Pair him with the best coach in the SEC, Kellen Mond, Jimbo Fisher. Winning combination, Texas A&M, number 2.
I'm just wondering if they're not going to be in a lot of trouble with the NCAA.
Well, probably.
60% of the time, it works every time.
And here we go. DJ's number 1 top 5 Friday pick.
The most talented roster in the SEC. Transfer quarterback in from Wake Forest. He will be the first team All-SEC quarterback, University of Georgia.
And there you have it.
He's dual threat.
Once again, DJ calling it like he sees it. And he even proved how much of a fair guy he is.
22 months ago, I called the quarantine.
I mean, you did.
Coach Senator sat right here.
Yeah, and
you tell me.
And now you've just included Alabama University in one of your top 5s.
Do you remember when Coach Senator looked at me and kind of in disbelief
he
in
did.
my top 5?
He absolutely did.
What does it matter? Who was right?
You were.
Okay.
And I'll tell you this.
Maybe I'll be a senator.
Talking about that, he didn't want to leave talking about that.
He was having a good time. He was having a good time.
He was. He was having a real good time.
Yeah. He was fun.
I still can't believe that. I mean, maybe I was, but I can't believe that Tommy Tuberville sat right here.
And going back to prognosticating, you were here.
I was.
Did I tell Jeff Allen to put pineapple on ice? Did I say it?
Yes, you did.
And I said it 12 weeks before it happened?
Yes, you did.
Okay.
Yes, you did.
I've got a body of work.
Yeah. I mean, there's no doubt you do. I'm certainly amazed, honestly. Like yesterday was amazing because of the topic and where that went with the connecting the dots. I'm amazed today that you have included Alabama University in one of your polls.
I'm a fair guy.
Well, you are, but I'm still amazed. That just doesn't happen typically.
Well, Mac Jones is a quality quarterback.
I mean,
to go into Jordan-Hare Stadium in front of 85,000 people like he did and throw 6 touchdown passes, which I think is an Iron Bowl record, in his first time there, his 3rd career start, there's a big things ahead for that guy. And all the draft picks around him. I think they had 16 last year drafted off last year's team. I think there's 17 to 18 projected to go this year. So they certainly have a quality roster, and if the coach doesn't get in the way, I could see them doing big things.
Well, I'll tell you this. I think you're probably correct in saying that. So, I mean, I think 6, that is a record. How many did, I think that probably is the record.
6 is probably the record.
Because I was trying
6 is the record.
I was trying to think.
Pineapple threw 5 the year before.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Yeah. How many did Jason Campbell throw in 04?
He threw 3.
And then you had Cadillac run for
one.
One, and Ronnie Brown ran for one, didn't he?
Ronnie caught one of them.
Caught, that's it. Well, I'll tell you what, I'm amazed that, I'm still amazed at what you just did, but I'm certainly more amazed at we need to get hold of what some of Rob's got.
A lot of energy.
I mean, I'm just going to put it like that for sure. Chef Adam said, got to do some work. Have a good one, Chef Adam.
You know the best thing about today?
What's that?
The best thing about today is this starts a 9-day weekend for me.
Yes, it does.
I'm excited about that.
Lucky guy.
9-day weekend.
Fair guy.
They don't come along often.
Lucky guy. Like I said, and definitely a fair guy. I mean, you've shown how fair you are this morning. I'm actually still shocked that that you were actually that fair.
In times of crisis like we're in, it's not good to push buttons. We need to be respectful of people's emotional and mental well-being, and I wasn't going to mess around today. I was going to call it like it is.
Well, you did. Yeah, I mean, I think you certainly did that. I think that I don't think anybody can argue that was a fair poll, and everybody has one.
Everybody has one.
But I think that was fair. I do want to mention this. If you have not joined or have not seen it yet, we cranked up the BMP News Network yesterday. We have not started posting news. Listen, and it's for anyone to post news and articles and things like that in. That's why we did it as a group instead of a business page. It will be public, just like the BMP Sports page is and all that kind of thing. So if you have, local news, regional news, things about, people that doing big things from in and around our area, post it up.
That'll be a good thing.
Put it in there, and add everybody you want to add. Put them in there. Let's get everybody in there and get that thing going. Let's see here. Bruton Strong will be giving away 150 large one-topping pizzas from Domino's tomorrow.
Wow. Nice. Thank you, Sarju. Thank you, Wade.
She will post later today about what time.
Bruton Strong.
That is awesome, Sarju. Button pusher.
Me?
That's just what she said.
No.
That's what she said. Let's see here. DJ does his best work on polls, according to Chef Adam. I'll leave that one alone. So, in as much as you're about to start your 9-day weekend, and in as much as you're talking about quarantining pretty much on the weekends, are you looking to stay pretty much quarantined for the next 9 days?
Oh, no. I'll be out and about doing what I need to be doing.
Okay. So you're going to be on the prowl?
Yep.
Okay. Well, hey, there you go. So can you post a top 5 on the page? Well, you can post a top 5 on in drive time.
Sure. Everybody has a poll.
Yeah, you can post a top 5 in work.
Everybody has a poll.
Sure. So, I guess you could post it here if you wanted to, commenting on this video. So, I'd like to see what her poll was. No telling.
I'd be interested.
I would be too. There's no telling.
And remember, any business owners, any birthday parties, if you want Jackie Bushman and Shotgun Red, contact Ken or I. We can make it happen.
We can make it happen. We can make that. We can make that happen for you really, really, really fast.
They're going to be in the area for the next several weeks.
Yes.
So take advantage of that marketing opportunity. Maybe drum a little more business up for your place of business and see how it works out for you. Had to sign a waiver first, though.
Yeah, I was going to say. Absolutely. You definitely going to do that. If not, no Shotgun Red.
No Shotgun Red.
No Jackie Bushman. But I can't wait. Shotgun Red's coming.
Yep.
Telling you right now.
Can't wait.
We got to make that happen. So anyway, even though you're going to be on a 9-day weekend, we'll be here next week.
Oh, I'll still be. I'm going to make time for Studio B and drive time.
Yeah.
I wouldn't miss it.
We will be here next week doing what we do. So, y'all catch us back next Monday morning. Anyway, we got to get out here, DJ. Take it away.
Boy, what a great week it's been. Thank everybody for being in this morning. Remember, mask up. If you're going to be out, got to have the mask on. Just do it. Let's see if this works. Get this mess behind us and try to get back to some sense of normalcy, except in here. If you have some time to waste on Monday, get back in here and we'll crank it all back up again. Have a safe weekend. Be kind. Be safe. See you next week. Love y'all.